What's up, guys? Our Wrestling Podcast back at you with another episode. This is Dave Vicious, along with Justice Total Package, Craig the British Bulldog, and the Nature Boy Joe, bringing you our perspective on the world of professional
Camera
wrestling.
sucks.
No inside sources, no ties to the industry, just stories from the diehards, sharing opinions with you. Today's topic: wrestling's fun facts. For audio fans, give us a listen on Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, or Google Podcast, or watch our videos on YouTube at Our Wrestling Channel. On social media, can you give us a follow on Instagram at O.W.P 2019 or on Facebook at Our Wrestling Podcast? Jess, the fuck we doing?
We're just going to talk about wrestling fun facts, things that people may not know. Yes, a lot of people pride themselves on, like who's won how many titles, who's defeated, blah, blah, blah. Like who's main event at WrestleMania X amount of times, or whatever. But there's some smaller facts that people just don't talk about. So we could just maybe riff a little bit, and if it just fails, it will never see the light of day. So I'm fine with
nothing.
Whatever.
We do fails.
Whoa,
failure is not an option.
I'm gonna jump right in. By the way, the first fact about this is Seth Rollins. The first fact about Seth Rollins, I think everyone knows, he's the first official NXT World Heavyweight Champion, right? I think we all know that. That's pretty common. But this is not common. Seth Rollins was the first wrestler to win a main event at WrestleMania with an age lower than the number of the WrestleMania itself.
It was 31. So he won the world title. He cashed in the Money in the Bank and that famous, it was Brock and Roman. And Seth cashed in his Money in the Bank and made it a three-way and came out there and won the world title at WrestleMania 31. So he was younger than 31. I dispute that because I'm pretty sure that when Hogan beat Savage, Hogan was only 4. When he beat him at WrestleMania 5. I could be wrong.
I mean, I think Hogan has said in his autobiography he was only 4. So
yeah, when he slammed Andre at WrestleMania 3, he was probably 2.
3 Miller Lights, brother. That's how we did it.
Okay, I wonder when I saw that stat, I wondered like what Mania was, but okay.
Reigns with a spear! A wicked spear! Curb stomp by Reigns! Cover by Rollins! Rollins with the title! Rollins with the title! Wait a minute! Seth Rollins with the title! Are you kidding me?
And the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins!
First time in WrestleMania history, someone's cashed in Money in the Bank and walking out!
And is it bullshit that it was the cash-in and not the actual? It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's a fun fact.
Yeah, why are you ruining this?
I'm not. I'm sorry. You know what? I 100% deserve that for trying to fucking poke holes in that.
I mean, it's the first fact out of the gate. What do you think?
And I'm like, this is bullshit because you know about it was some that was BB.
That's fantastic. Roddy Piper never had a match at any SummerSlam event, despite being one of the biggest stars in WWF in the 80s. Just I have to ask you, when he lost the title to Bret Hart, the Intercontinental title, where was that at? I thought that was SummerSlam. That was WrestleMania.
Yeah, WrestleMania 8.
Here's the thing, man. I like my August off, man. I'm in Portland. I'm just like slanging and banging. I don't
do matches in August, man. Ask Hogan.
It's too hot now.
So yeah, when I did the math, I was like, it kind of makes sense, right? So the first SummerSlam was 88. Piper retired
89
at WrestleMania in 87 against Adrian Adonis at WrestleMania 3. So when the first SummerSlam came around, he was not part of the company.
Bye.
Piper came back at WrestleMania 5, which was 1989.
Hello.
Appeared in the Warrior versus Rude match of SummerSlam 89, but not an official participant. And he mooned Rude and it distracted Rude, and Warrior won the IC title back.
Oh, okay.
SummerSlam 90, he was commentating the event with Vince. SummerSlam 91, he was commentating with Monsoon and Heenan. And SummerSlam 92, he had already lost to Brett, and he came out and did a little bagpipe presentation in 92 in England. And that was it. Roddy Piper
never wrestled.
Never wrestled an actual match at SummerSlam at all. Not very impressive.
What, Joe? Was a participant
He wasn't a participant. Yeah, he came down, interfered, blah blah blah, but he never wrestled an actual SummerSlam match in his career.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Not for me, man.
This one's for Craig.
No,
Craig, this next one's for you. Pay attention. Triple H is the only wrestler to lose 3 times at WrestleMania to the same opponent versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania 17, 27, and 28.
Good. Fuck you, and
I
fuck
put that
you.
back
Good.
He wrestled back to back against Undertaker.
Yes.
Yes, at 27 was a regular match,
Michaels
and then
did
they did
too, back to back.
did the Hell in the Cell at 28. But he also lost. Everybody forgets about Triple H's loss at 17
Good.
to Undertaker when he was
When
the
he
mic
was
taker.
still he was
When did
Triple H. Triple H has him. Oh no! Oh, wait a minute! Oh, the last ride! The Undertaker came out for the last ride, and the Undertaker has done it. Here is your winner, the Undertaker. The Undertaker 9-0 in WrestleMania.
When did because Michaels lost back to back as well? Did he lose at 29 to 30 then?
something like
Or
that.
was that
It was before. It wasn't 29 and 30.
or
30
25
was,
to 26?
It might have been like 25-26 or 26-27, somewhere around that. I
But
can't
it was
remember.
back to
I think-
back, back to back.
I think it was 25.
Back-
Actually, no, I think you're right. It was
I
25-26.
remember Shawn Michaels.
Well,
on his
yeah, if he
knees.
lost 27-28, it had to be 25-26.
Yeah,
This
because that's right. Shawn Michaels was in WrestleMania 28. Shawn Michaels was the referee after he retired in the Hell in a Cell match. So that's right. It was after Shawn Michaels. Yeah, you're right.
counted it.
Yeah, Triple H has the most WrestleMania losses at a WrestleMania among any other superstar who has wrestled on the show.
He's
He's
wrestled
won.
more WrestleManias than anyone.
Stupid bitch. He sucks at wrestling.
I would argue. Who's wrestled more WrestleManias than Triple
I
H?
think I think out of everything though, it's like the only one that I'm
Kane
pissed
has
off
that.
about is the Sting match. Like I'm like, I'll take everything else. The Sting match you should have fucking lost.
The Undertaker is also the only wrestler to defeat all members of Evolution at WrestleMania. He
Love it.
defeated Triple H
Love it.
at the above mentioned Manias we talked about. Ric Flair at Mania 18, Randy Orton at 21, and Batista at 23. The only one that I fight with on that is I think we all thought that he would give Orton the boost to break the streak at 21. Maybe it was a good thing that it didn't, but I thought that could have boosted Orton to a whole nother level. And but hey, man, it's the Undertaker. I still laugh. I don't know what he's eating, but it looks delicious.
It's a Reese's. Is that a Reese's, Joe?
I hope it is. God damn it.
What is that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
O.W.P. brought to you by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
That looks tasty as shit. Sorry, David. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I remember when we would go to house shows and SmackDown tapings, and we would boo the Undertaker and make kids cry. We booed him so hard. And I remember this. I was like, we hate him so much, but in hindsight, we're like, man, the guy just had a career. And
After he became Biker Taker, I was like, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
It was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
the
I
hatred for
absolutely
your
love
mother
Viper Taker.
and your mother's love of Undertaker.
Yeah, my mom loves the
part
Undertaker.
of my childhood. How much you hated
She's
Undertaker.
like, Undertaker.
Love Undertaker. David, next fact. Come on, buddy. Come back.
This is an easy one.
back.
Jake the Snake Roberts never held the title in WWF WWE.
Didn't
No,
need it.
I had
Didn't
to
need
throw
it.
that in there to ground people and remind you that not all people need to win titles.
Yep.
Some
Would have
people
liked
get-
to see it. I would have loved to see an Intercontinental
Yeah.
belt on fucking
He
Jake,
was
but
supposed
didn't
to win.
Well, especially at that time, like we never thought like twice about the fact that like any of those guys that we enjoyed watching wrestling, like whether it was Jake Snake Roberts or a Junkyard Dog or a handful of other guys, it was like I think just there was only 2 titles to have, so like
Right.
Yeah,
they just
White
didn't get
never won
them.
a title. Hacksaw never won a title. Coco Beware never won a title. Like it you go on and on.
Yep.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Jess? Before
Um,
Joe?
I'm sorry, to cut you off.
No, fuck. What was I saying?
He was supposed to win the IC title.
Oh, I don't know what
Yeah.
I don't know what order this is going to air in, but we did last
Honky.
what happened on the Honky Tonk Man, and Jake Roberts was actually the whole controversy in the beginning was Steamboat beat Savage WrestleMania 3. Then Steamboat goes to Vince afterwards and says, "Hey, you know my wife's pregnant." He's like, "I guess, pal," and whatever that means. And I don't know. And he goes, "So I want time off when my son's born." He's like, "Dude, I just put my second biggest title on you." And he was like, I still want time off. He goes, "Fine, you can get your time off, but you're going to lose it." They were going to give the IC title to Butch Reed. Butch Reed showed a house show right before they were going to do it. So Vince is like, I lost confidence. And Hulk was like, "Why don't you try that guy?" And he pointed to Honky Tonk Man. Honky had just beat Jake Roberts at WrestleMania 3 to kind of establish Jake as a face and Honky as a heel. And so Jake was going to come back after Honky beat Steamboat. Jake was supposed to beat him like 2 or 3 months later. So Honky was supposed to be a transitional IC champion, and Jake failed the drug test. So they pulled him off the road and didn't do anything with him. And then Honky ended up being IC champ for a fucking year and a half. That maybe beaten
just white hot heel work.
Jake almost won the Intercontinental Championship. He was supposed to, but like.
You know that you have to have. The Honky Tonk Man with the Colonel's megaphone with a blow right into the midsection of Jake Roberts, and the referee has called for the bell.
Undoubtedly, Honky Tonk realizes the referee saw him. He didn't even try to give it back to Jimmy Hart.
I think he may have realized he was in trouble.
The winner of this bout, resulting from the disqualification, Jake the Snake Roberts.
Well, the referee, Joey Morella, disqualifying the Honky Tonk Man.
Professional wrestling is 80% personality. Like, Jake Roberts didn't need to win a title. Roddy Piper didn't need to win a title. They didn't need to win this. They didn't need to win that. They didn't even need to be good in the ring. They had to be off and like put butts in seats.
Yeah. All true, man. All true.
They had to be good on the mic.
And he would just do it. Like, he didn't plan it. He just went off the moment. And there's nobody, I don't know if there was anybody better in that era than Jake Roberts. Fascinating stuff.
Ain't no way.
Ain't no way.
2 chicks with toys, 1 chick with 1 toy.
Sometimes I would just watch. Yeah.
Go back to your wife. Ain't no way.
Me and Damien, we would find these 2 chicks, 1 cup. And we knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, that impression is Beyond the Mat. And it's Jake Roberts talking about his struggles being faithful to his wife.
Basically, he was on the road, and we need brats doing whatever they want, threesomes with toys or whatever. Then you have to go home and make love to your wife.
Make love?
No way. This is we're gonna shift gears big time. Brock Lesnar. Right, buddy. Brock Lesnar has appeared.
You can do that, and I still, to this day, I think Beyond the Mat's probably 20 years ago, and I still go, ain't no way.
Ain't no way. All right, let's get into some more shit. Kane was the first masked WWF champion when he defeated Steve Austin at King of the Ring in 1998, and I don't understand why. What?
This blew my mind, and I kept trying to go back and back and back. It's like, it must have been like
they're not there.
I thought
someone with a
was
mask
Hulk
must have won the
Machine
heavyweight title.
also champion?
Who?
He
Hulk
was.
Machine?
Hulk Machine was world champion at the time. That is true.
Yes.
But I
kind of went through that too.
I don't think he wore, in his defense, I don't think he wore the title down because he wasn't supposed to be Hulk Hogan. He was just Hulk Machine. Like,
fair enough. Good answer.
There had that's crazy to me. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. And the title is on the line here.
The winner of this bout and new World Wrestling Federation champion,
Kane, it gives me a great deal of honor to place this championship belt around your waist voluntarily.
Considering the entire,
and he was champion for one day.
The entire Lucha Libre is based.
Did Austin
on
win it back on Monday or something, Craig?
Yeah, Austin won about the next night on Raw, and Kane eventually went on to win the World Heavyweight title. Eventually, but WWE Championship, like Kane, champion for one day.
Wow.
Wow.
This next one is kind of interesting because I think these guys had some bangers, and we talk about, someone breaking their neck at a WrestleMania and still coming out. Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle was the first main event at WrestleMania fighting under their actual real names, because they had some real name nostalgia coming in as real wrestlers that won U.S. titles and even Olympic titles.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar is his given name. Kurt Angle is his given
It's
name.
his given name.
Was Terry
Hulk Hogan and King Kong Bundy weren't fighting under their names?
Terry Bollea, what?
It was actually Kevin Bundy and
Henry
Hogan.
What is Bundy's real name? I don't even know what it is.
Philip Bundy Ramos.
Is that right?
No, I just right up.
Yeah, I would believe anything you said.
You had me at Philip.
And this next one here is
it'll blow you right too. Scott Hall never competed.
Yeah, this inspired this whole episode.
Scott Hall never competed in a Royal Rumble match. That's like
bullshit. That is Mandela effect, and I don't believe any of that.
This fact inspired this episode. I was listening to one of Conrad's podcasts with Bruce Pritchard, something wrestle, and he was doing an example. He was like, he was saying a fact about the 1-2-3 Kid, which they were covering, Sean Waltman, on this past week, and he was like, it's like Razor Ramon. He's never been in an actual Royal Rumble match, a Scott Hall or Ramon. And he's like, when I first heard that fact, he was like, I was determined to prove it wrong. I went on the fucking computer. I pulled up any fact I could. And in fact, Scott Hall / Razor Ramon, and no way, shape, or form did Scott Hall ever compete in a Royal Rumble match.
Just
on the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, but he
didn't get on the computer. He got on the old Google machine.
The old Google machine. So he, at Royal Rumble, he defended the IC title against IRS one year. I think it was 94, I remember. So he wrestled in the pre-card, but he never, ever competed in a Royal Rumble match.
That's wild.
Ever.
Never would have thought that. Yeah.
Hey, yo.
No Royal Rumble, yo.
No Rumble.
No Rumble for me, yo.
That's right. I don't need you.
Baby oil.
You don't need it.
No baby oil.
You're never leaving.
Razor! No baby oil ever.
So funny.
No chest hair.
Turn that to Andre saying no baby oil.
No.
No.
Play cards. Get out.
No 30, man.
Shawn Michaels is naturally ambidextrous. Yes. What's happening? What are we talking?
So ambidextrous means that he uses both hands. Now, this is interesting.
He can jerk off with either hand.
He can jerk off with either hand, but he's not right or left-handed. He's dominant with both hands. So he can draw and write with both hands equally as good. And there's no dominant hand. Like like my son Colton is left-handed. So that's his dominant hand. I'm right-handed. I think everyone on here is right-handed too. So you always have your muscles a little bit more developed on your right side. You know what I mean? Shawn Michaels is equally as talented. He can draw, write, equally as good with both hands, which I find interesting, right? Because he's so flexible and good in the ring. He's even keeled. So he has no dominant feet either. He has equal, so I just found that interesting. I was like, really? That's actually really
and neither time at no moment can he perform a perfect stranger.
Oh no.
Yeah.
He'll be done.
Just goes to show the longevity of some people and you think your entire history has been roaming in your head the last decade, but it's not true.
Well, it's
but you might look at it how many wins does Miz or Dolph Ziggler have at WrestleMania?
They lose most of the time, but they have a lot.
They lose a lot too, but at WrestleMania maybe they kind of worked out that they won or whatever. But.
Yeah, but to your point, Joe, they probably make their way into more WrestleManias than a lot of other people.
Yeah,
they might lose a lot, but they're on the card.
They're there for an 80.
They find their way in.
What it does is it shows the absolute dominance of Undertaker to be 23-2 or whatever, when the fucking second best is 10. That's crazy. Love you, Taker.
Yeah, when they realize they have
Mark.
streak, they're like, let's ride that shit.
Yeah.
When did you say that you guys probably talked about it on a previous episode, but when there's some point where he himself recognized it, right? Was it 15 or 10 or something.
Oh, he put his hands up, but like
It was against Flair at 18, and that was the first time that he ever acknowledged a streak. Because like when he beat Flair, it was 10. So he went out on the apron, he looked at the camera, and he went and put his hands up, and then that's when Vince is like, "Holy shit!" Like he's 10-0, and then they started like kind of advertising the streak after that. Like,
right. Then it was like, oh, now we got something.
Yeah.
Basically
when he beat
we got
Flair
a
at
title
18,
match without having a title.
Yeah,
That's phenomenal that they didn't realize that they'd done it until
it was the
10 years
TV
later.
title for WrestleMania. Is what it was.
Whoa.
So,
God damn it, Jeff.
It was Seth's belt
I
before
love
it
you
was
so
Seth's
much.
belt.
By the way, like Jess has been talking shit on TV titles for like a month, and the TV
No,
title was
I'm
really
talking shit on the World Heavyweight
Yes,
title, not
he's not
TV
talking.
title.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop it. The TV title was a real nice piece of hardware in WCW.
No,
I
he's
know.
he's
not
not
talking shit
disrespecting
on
the
the
you
TV
are
title.
no, you are simultaneously dragging the thing through the mud by talking shit on other titles. You need to stop. Arn Anderson
Not
would
true.
be furious
What?
with you right
Arn Anderson would be upset. I will agree with that. He would be.
now. He'd be like, "Hey,
No.
listen, bro,
Excuse me.
that title
Talking
held
shit.
a lot of
of
weight.
Man,
I got
that title.
I worked
I got-
hard.
I got paid a lot for carrying that thing
Dusty
around."
Rhodes won that title after being the heavyweight champion.
Tully
Same.
Blanchard.
Like
A lot of people fed their kids with that
Stone
title.
Cold?
Jess.
Johnny B. Bad.
Yeah.
Johnny Bad.
Was that our last fact, Dave? Well, there's
Yeah.
The
more.
Renegade.
That was it.
All right.
That was the one. For audio fans, give us a listen on Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, and Google Podcasts, or watch our videos on YouTube at Our Wrestling Channel. On social media, can you hook us up with a follow on Instagram at O.W.P 2019 or on Facebook at Our Wrestling Podcast? For Jess, Joe, Craig, and me, this is the O.W.P signing off. Have a good one.